So good evening to all of you. Sorry for being stuck up into the IT problems and so problems which I have. So let me start the topic which is CAT accounting part 2. So are you comfortable in English? Are you comfortable in Hindi? Are you comfortable in me speaking in English and Hindi? So I would like to hear from you. Are you comfortable in English? Are you comfortable in Hindi? Or are you comfortable in both? So I should first speak in Hindi and then in English. What do you want? Yeah, online classes चल रही हैं because of some IT delays. The delay has happened at my end, but IT में जो accounting की 2 है classes अभी हो रही हैं. Classes are on. The time is 5 to 6. So first of all, I would like to know from you guys, you want me to speak in English or Hindi both? So English, okay. Uh, English and Hindi both mixed. So I will try to speak in both the languages. First, I will speak in Hindi or English, and then I will change my track and I will speak in English. So is it okay with you? So presenting this course is somewhat difficult. Difficult because this course is meant to be practical one. So wherein uh, okay, could you please use English? So I am so you are from Kerala. I will try to use English, but because the students are from all over India, some students won't understand the English. So I will be using English as well as Hindi. Okay. So here is the course. The course is CAT Accounting 2, and the important part is that this course is of practical, because what you see, what you hear is all practical. Okay, so we'll be doing this course with each other, and you will be expected to score 50 or 60% of the marks, of which 20-30 per paper. That means each uh, group has 100 marks. 100 marks का ये पेपर होगा. इसमें 20 और 30 marks के each sub unit हैं. Each sub unit will cost around 20 or 30 marks. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Financial accounting 2. It is broken up into 5-6 sub segments. Each segment has 10 to 15 marks, and it is important for you to score 60 or 70 marks in this paper. In this paper, it is easy to score because the paper is set from the book. So you will find 80 or 90% questions appearing from the book. Okay, so The CAT has two semesters. Semester 1 is paper 1 to 4, and semester 1 is for 6 months. Semester 2 is 10 papers, out of which you have to clear 6 papers. Okay, minimum 6 you have to clear. Although you can clear 7, you can clear 8, you can clear 9, you can clear all the 10 of them. Okay, so just a minute. So the moment you clear 4 papers of group 1, CAT 1 is group 1 and CAT 2 is group 2. After 6 months, you will appear for CAT 2. Okay, so it will have the following subjects. So 5 subjects. First will be payroll accounting. It will weight around 20%. Payroll accounting का weight 20% आएगा. Then is store accounting. It will weight around 20%. Then is sales accounting. It will weight around 20%. Then is asset accounting. It will weight 20%. And there is accounting for special transactions. इसमें BR आता है, कुछ और भी थोड़े थोड़े जो अकाउंटिंग में यूज होते हैं वो आते हैं, उसका वेट 20% है. सो इन ऑल द पेपर विल कंस्टिट्यूट 100%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20% एंड फाइनल 20%. सिलेबस में लिखा हुआ है पेरोल अकाउंटिंग का कंसेप्ट क्या होता है. व्हाट इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ पेरोल अकाउंटिंग? द कंसेप्ट ऑफ पेरोल अकाउंटिंग, प्रोसेस ऑफ पेरोल. पेरोल क्या होता है? जो पेमेंट आपको मिलती है एम्प्लॉयर से, व्हाट यू गेट इन एम्प्लॉयमेंट आफ्टर 30 days or 31 days from the employer under which you are employed. So what you get is your salary. Salary की processing is called as payroll processing. Okay. उसके components हैं pay, salary, gross earnings, deductions, statutory and non-statutory responsibility of the employers. और देखेंगे statutory deductions में क्या होता है. PF, ESI, income tax, professional tax. Professional tax अभी जो इसमें आप पढ़ेंगे is applicable only in few states and all the states don't have the professional tax. ठीक है. एंड फिफ्थ आप पढ़ेंगे अकाउंटिंग फॉर बोनस एंड ग्रेचुटी. तो आपका कंप्लीट हो जाएगा पेरोल अकाउंटिंग. उसके बाद चलते हैं स्टोर अकाउंटिंग में. स्टोर अकाउंटिंग में यू विल सी प्राइसिंग ऑफ परचेज ऑफ मटेरियल, pricing issue of material from stores, pricing of return material, issue of material to other formations. So in stores accounting, you will know about the process of stores. For your information, store is a centralized or decentralized depending upon the type of organization. So for our example purposes, I will take a centralized store. So I will tell the store functions once I cover the stores accounting. Then sales accounting में we will see the revenue. Revenue क्या होता है? Accounting for cash और credit. Cash की आइटम हमारी कैश के रजिस्टर में होती है और सेल्स की आइटम जिसमें क्रेडिट मिलता है. व्हाट यू गेट इज क्रेडिट 30 days का या 45 days का या 60 days का. व्हाट यू गिव ऑन क्रेडिट is called as sales. जैसे कि आपने सेल करी, उसने आपने उसको क्रेडिट दिया 30 डेज का या 45 डेज का, और आप सेल्स अकाउंटिंग करते हैं। उसके बाद देखते हैं असेट अकाउंटिंग। उसमें मीनिंग ऑफ असेट अकाउंटिंग, असेट्स कितने टाइप के होते हैं? नॉन करंट असेट फर्स्ट एंड करंट असेट्स सेकंड। दो टाइप के असेट्स होते हैं, नॉन करंट एंड करंट। करंट असेट अकाउंटिंग में क्या करते हैं? करंट असेट वो असेट्स होते हैं विच आर मेंट टू बी डिस्पोज्ड और कन्वर्टेड इनटू कैश इन 1 ईयर। जो आप 1 साल में कैश में कन्वर्ट करते हैं उसको हम करंट असेट बोलते हैं। करंट असेट्स में दो टाइप के होते हैं, एक होते हैं फाइनेंशियल असेट्स और एक होते हैं नॉन फाइनेंशियल्स। ठीक है। अकाउंटिंग फॉर स्पेशल ट्रांजैक्शंस, उसमें आएगा बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज क्या होता है, कंसाइनमेंट क्या होता है, जॉइंट वेंचर क्या होता है, और सेल्स ऑफ गुड्स ऑन अप्रूवल बेसिस। तो ये हो गया हमारा कोर्स का आउटलाइन। अभी किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन है, कोई सवाल है किसी का? Okay, classes will happen from 5 to 6. 1, 2 is classes will happen 80% in English and 20% I will use Hindi. Third, classes में मैं कुछ चीजें repeat करूंगा. Some things I will repeat and some things I will pass. तो आपको क्लास में अटेंशन देना है, यू विल हैव टू गिव अटेंशन देयर इन। सो क्लास 5 से 6 के बीच में होगी। कोई शक, कोई सवाल है किसी का तो अभी पूछ लो। क्लासेस अभी शुरू हो गई हैं, यस क्लासेस शुरू हो गई हैं, 5 से 6 का टाइम है। और क्वेश्चन है किसी का? सो because the students are spread over Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra, Mumbai, Delhi, and so on. So I have to, there might be some students who will not understand the English, and there might be students who might not understand the Hindi. So I will be using both the languages to make it understandable. मैं दोनों लैंग्वेज में पढ़ाऊंगा ताकि आपको पढ़ना इजी रहे। ठीक है, इज इट ओके? सो यस और नो, बिकॉज आई कांट हियर यू, सो द उसमें हम करते क्या है कि आप ओके लिखते रहेंगे। जब आपको क्वेश्चन आएगा तो आप क्वेश्चन लिखेंगे, बट उसमें जो मैक्सिमम टाइम है आप ओके लिखेंगे। ओके यस और नो? Okay, so here is what I'm explaining you, that since you don't understand Hindi, there might be students who will not understand the English. So I will be explaining the concept both in English as well as Hindi. Is it okay? Yes, yes. Uh, so I will try to explain to you in English, but there will be students who are from Haryana or other states which will understand Hindi only. So I will explain 80% of the concepts in English, rest 20%, which I will repeat. So suppose I am saying something in English, I will say this in Hindi, or I am saying something in Hindi, I am saying this in English. Okay, this will be easier for you to understand. Okay, so we start the book. What do you understand by payroll accounting? Payroll accounting is the process by which the salary, etc., are processed by the payroll department. You get the check, and the company first it pays the amount which is due to the employee. Second, it pays the TDS or the PF or the ESI to the statutory authorities. So here the company plays the role of a government where they will deduct the PF or the TDS or the ESI and deposit with the government authorities. So there is a due date of the PF and there is a due date of the salary. So salary की due date हम क्या देखते हैं? So salary is payable on the 7th or on the 10th depending upon the next month. 7th or 10th of the next month of the each month. So आपको सैलरी मिलेगी अप्रैल की 7th मई को या 10th May को, depending upon the number of employees the company is having. So if the number of employees are more than 1000, the company will pay the salary on the 10th. If the employees are more than 800 or less than 800, the salary is payable on 7th of the next month. So that is on the salary. On the TDS, it is due on the 7th of the next month. हर एक मंथ का आप देखेंगे मार्च का जो TDS है वो अप्रैल 7 को आएगा, अप्रैल का TDS मई के 7 को, मई का TDS 7 of June को. So 7th is the last date without any interest आप TDS को जमा करा सकते हैं. ठीक है, 7th is the last date of the TDS, 15th is the last date of the PF and 21st is the last date for ESI. 7, 15, 21 are the 3 dates. ठीक है, तो कंसेप्ट ऑफ पेरोल क्या होता है? What is the concept of payroll? Payroll refers to the earnings of the employees for a particular period, say a month. So payroll में हम employees को, जो employee हमारे लिए काम करते हैं, the employees work for the employer And what do they get? They get the salary. For their services rendered to the organization, it refers to the sum of all financial records of salaries of an employee. It includes salaries, wages, allowances, retirals and deductions. एम्प्लॉय को क्या मिलता है? एम्प्लॉय को फर्स्ट मिलती है सैलरी, ओके, बट इफ ही इज नॉट एन एम्प्लॉय, ही इज अ वर्कर, he will get the wages. So what is the difference between salary and wage? Salary is paid to a white collar employee and wage is paid to a blue collar employee. वेजेस उसको मिलती है जो हमारे ब्लू कॉलर के एम्प्लॉयज होते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं वर्कर्स. वर्कर गेट वेजेस एंड एम्प्लॉयज गेट सैलरी. ठीक है. अलाउंसेस अलाउंसेस बहुत सारे टाइप के होते हैं, जैसे HRA, हाउस रेंट अलाउंस, कन्वेंस अलाउंस, मेडिकल अलाउंस. ये डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द जॉब ऑफ द एम्प्लॉय ही माइट गेट. जैसे कि आपको एक अलाउंस होता है जो कि गिफ्ट के लिए मिलता है, ये सबको नहीं मिलता है, ये कुछ ही लोगों को मिलता है गिफ्ट अलाउंस. वो किस लिए मिलता है कि वो वाला एम्प्लॉय उतने पैसे से किसी को गिफ्ट लेके दे सकता है. सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज some employees might get gift allowance. Gift allowance is for purchasing of gift. So here the employee purchases a certain gift and give to the other person. So some employees, examples, employees who are working for the marketing department or employees who are working for the sales department will get this allowance. Second is जो मिलता है, आप कंसीडर करिए कि एंटरटेनमेंट अलाउंस. वो किसको मिलेगा? वो कुछ ही लोगों को मिलेगा जो एंटरटेन करते हैं. तो एम्प्लॉयज को उनकी कैटेगरी से एम्प्लॉय विल गेट द अलाउंसेस एज पर देयर कैटेगरी ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट. The term payroll applies to the employees on the rolls of the company. It is prepared, first is he will get the salary on the basis of the time card. तो एम्प्लॉय का टाइम कार्ड बनेगा, एम्प्लॉय विल prepare his employment card or time card and he will get the salary based on how much time he has spent on per month. तो आप जाते हैं एम्प्लॉयमेंट में, यू विल स्टिक टू योर जो आपके लिए कार्ड बनता है एंड यू विल पंच बोथ while you enter and while you exit. You will punch both the timings in the time card. It is prepared based on the time card, which is nothing but the attendance. It also includes various other incentives that are paid to the employee. What is the basis of the attendance? Attendance का बेस क्या होगा? जो पंच किया होगा टाइम कार्ड पे. And what is the basis of incentives? जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट एग्रीमेंट में लिखा हुआ है. Any questions so far? Yes, no? Understood है? Yes, no? Yes. So we move to the next topic, which is what is mentioned as the objectives of the payroll. What are the objectives of the payroll? First, ensure that all employees are paid accurately and timely. So what you pay to the employees is given accurate and timely. So this is paid timely. That means each employee will submit his attendance to the employment or to the management within 30 days, and what he will get within 7 days is the salary. Okay, with the correct recoveries and deductions. So what you will get is, suppose you have paid 5,000 rupees as advance. So there will be recovery of 5,000 rupees as advance, but that has to be to your account. Okay. Ensure that, second, ensure the recoveries and deductions are remitted to the statutory authorities. So, for example, TDS is remitted to the Government of India. For example, the PF is remitted to the PF office. For example, the ESI is remitted to the ESI authorities. So whatever is due from the employee on behalf of statutory authorities, and what are the statutory authorities? The TDS, the PF, the ESI, the gratuity, all statutory dues will have to be paid come what may. Third is ensure the proper accounting of salary expenses in the books of accounts. So ensure that what you record, what you pay is all recorded in the books of account. Components of payroll are employee earnings and deductions withholdings from the employee earnings. Okay. Earnings क्या होती हैं? Employee earnings are based on the contract of employment. What you get is based on what you sign the contract. So your employment contract is the basis of what you will get per month. In case of the salaried employees, the earnings are defined as a fixed amount. So in the books, the content is of a fixed amount, but what you will get in practical life is both fixed as well as variable. Okay. In case for wages of laborers, the wage may be related to the production levels. So what the wages the laborer get is linked directly with the production level. So how much is the production is directly linked with the salary you or the wages ka labor you pay. So what can be the question? Employees earnings का employees के payroll का objective क्या होगा? So these three are there, and suppose the the fourth they write of their own and deduct the wrong one. So these three are there. There is a fourth one. The other question can be employees earnings include the following: basic allowances, incentive, and there is gratuity. So what is the odd one? The gratuity is the odd one. Gratuity आपको हर महीने नहीं मिलती है, 5 साल के बाद मिलती है. Gratuity you will get only after you work in an employer for 5 years. So gratuity is not a monthly earnings आपको मिलेगी. Okay. So employee earnings include basic salary, allowances, incentives, commissions, overtime pay, and last is the holiday wages. Understood? Screen is visible in you. Are you not able to see the screen? Deduction, for example, I will give you an example of deduction. Deduction is for the advance recovery. What the employer, if they give the amount of advance, suppose you want a 10,000 rupees as a marriage advance. So what you get is a marriage advance, and what they will deduct is the amount of advance which they have given. So they have given a marriage advance, they will deduct it. So there are deductions on account of TDS is one, some advances which they are given is two, or some LIC which they tell you, which you tell to the employer to deduct on their behalf and deposit with the authorities. So you have the responsibility of deductions, and employer will deduct all those deductions. Okay. Deduction I've explained to you. सो एम्प्लॉयर का एम्प्लॉइज को जैसे एडवांस मिला, वो कुछ नहीं करेंगे, वो डिडक्शन कर लेंगे, एडवांस आपको डिडक्ट हो जाएगा, टीडीएस आपको डिडक्ट हो जाएगा. सो देर आर सर्टेन डिडक्शंस लाइक टीडीएस और advances which you receive. So today we'll end the class. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions? I don't know about second class. You have to check with ma'am, but I am there for 5 to 6. Okay. Okay. All the best. Wish you a happy Diwali.
Kindly unmute your video and audio, sir.
हाँ जी मैडम.
Sir, your video has to come, sir.
हाँ.
It's visible, sir. Your presentation is visible. Yeah, you are also visible, sir. So you may kindly continue, sir.
बट बच्चे तो आए नहीं ना उसमें.
Sir, actually, people are waiting, sir. So, anyways, the recording will be there, so no worries.
ठीक है. So I should do for how many minutes?
So up to 6:30 only you can do, because after 6:30 we have another class.
ठीक है. So employee earnings will generally include what all it will include. It will include the basic salary plus the allowances plus the incentives plus the commission plus the overtime salary. What you do is, in case the employer asks you to work overtime, you will work overtime, but you will get double the salary. So your salary is 1000, overtime may you will get 2000, and holiday wages. Okay. So what are the deductions or withholdings from employees' earnings? It refers to the deductions to be made from the employee's earnings for social security savings. So for example, what you get is a social security number. The PF number is a social security number. This concept is there in US. From US, we have picked up the concept of a social security. Insurance, employment, or professional tax. Employment or professional tax is not applicable in all these states. It is a state tax, first thing. Second thing is, it is applicable in a few states. Some of the states are thinking of enforcing this. That means some of the states are going to introduce this very soon. Okay. And the last is the income tax. What you get is less the taxes. Taxes are the duties of the government or the duties of the employer, because for you, the employer or the government are the same thing. Okay. So employee deductions withholding will include social security deductions. You will get the PF or ESA contribution. Second is employment or professional tax to be paid by the employee. So what you will get is a professional tax less the employment tax. Employment tax is considered same as the professional tax. Third is the income tax to be paid by the employee. So what you will get is, for example, your salary is 50,000 rupees plus you get the allowances. This makes to 1 lakh. So what you will pay, the tax is 50,000 per annum. So they will divide by 12 each month. You will receive the salary less your payment of taxes. Okay. And fourth is any other deductions made by the employer on the request of the employee. For example, you are requesting the employer to deduct an amount of 15,000 rupees per month, and you are contributing to, for example, the LIC or the Aditya Birla or the XYZ. So employer will deduct that amount from your salary and will deposit with the LIC or Aditya Birla. E.g. salary advance adjustment, life insurance premium, canteen recovery, transport recovery, housing vehicle loan, or any other recovery. Any questions, please? Any questions from your side? So I have been requested by the ma'am to spend 15-20 minutes because I started the session late. So I accepted the request. Here I am again. So any questions, please? Any questions? Uh, okay, no question. The concept of payroll is very simple. So you pay your salary, but before that, the employee has to come with the attendance card or attendance register that he has worked for 26 days or 28 days or 30 days. So in between, he has also worked overtime for 3 days. In between, he has also worked. There is a holiday and he has worked on a holiday. So that all the holidays or the overtime has to be approved by someone. So there is authority which is above him, which has to approve the overtime or any other things which he is claiming that he has done. Okay. So just to ensure that there is a check in the system. Okay. प्रोसेस ऑफ पेरोल में यदि एम्प्लॉय ने कुछ भी किया है, आपको मैं हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, आई विल एक्सप्लेन इन हिंदी। तो हिंदी ये कहती है कि एम्प्लॉय यदि कुछ भी क्लेम करेगा उसके लिए वो अपने मैनेजर से अप्रूवल लेके आएगा, उसका मैनेजर अप्रूव करेगा तभी वो क्लेम कर सकता है। ओके, process of payroll is very simple. It can be diagraphically driven, depicted as below. Initiation of payroll process. पहले आप जो payroll के employees हैं, first which they will add the new records of the month, add new employees records on reference form. HR department. HR will tell them that there is an employee or there are 50 employees who have just joined. Payroll का function होगा. Payroll function is to follow the HR and add those 50 employees. उसके बाद employee की details from previous payroll. Okay. यदि first employee है तो उसकी कोई डिटेल नहीं होगी. अगर if he is a new employee, then you will not get any detail. But if he is an old employee, you will get from previous employer. Okay, so you will enter the details. Second, you will remove the employees who do not exist on the employment. यानी कि उन्होंने छोड़ दिया है employment. तो कहीं और चले गए हैं. They have joined some other place. So what we'll do is we will remove the employees from our records. Okay. So add कर लिया, remove कर लिया. उसके बाद क्या करेंगे? Reconciliation of current payroll, period, time card, attendance, muster roll and overtime. इसमें हम फॉलोइंग चीजें करेंगे. अटेंडेंस का इन करेंगे. अटेंडेंस के से थोड़ा बहुत क्लैश करेगा. मस्टर रोल हम मंगवाएंगे, उसको भी इन करेंगे. और उससे भी ज्यादा जो ओवरटाइम अगर किसी एम्प्लॉय का बनता है जो उसने क्लेम किया है, any overtime which the employee has claimed will get approved. He has to take the approval from the manager and take his sign off, and then we will process it. Okay. और इसके basis पे process of payroll registers with employee earnings, deductions and overtime. Okay. उसके बाद करेंगे prepayment of the statutory deductions to the relevant authorities. जो statutory deductions हैं statutory authorities को they will proceed with the payment of them 7th को या 10th को हम कर देते हैं. Verify the statutory deductions. जो deductions हैं वो ठीक है कि नहीं है कायदे से, जैसे किसी का 2% काटना है हमने 10% काट लिया है या वाइस वर्सा, वो तो नहीं है. और इसके बेसिस पे सैलरी का रिकॉर्ड बनता है. Record the entries in the books of accounts, file the statutory returns, maintenance of records, and issue the pay slips to the employee. ठीक है? Any questions, please? Any questions in this? The components of payroll are what you get. First is the basic pay. That is the very important. Basic is the represents the basic salary of the employee. So it has to be given come what may. Okay. Second is the DNS allowance. So it is given to the government employees and the public sector employees. It may be given to the private employees or it may not be given to the private employees. Second is the DNS allowance. Mehngai bhata. What you get is what things are costly for you or what things are cheap for you. What you get is DNS allowance. That means allowance which is given in case things have become expensive for you. The allowance is given by the employer to the employee to compensate the rise in prices. So what you get is compensatory allowance. Normally it is calculated as a percentage of basic pay. Third, what you get is HRA, which you won't get in case you live in a accommodation which is not owned by you. The employer pays directly to the landlord, or in case you receive it, that is fully taxable. Okay. City compensatory. Suppose you have moved to another city and there is cost of living has gone up. So to compensate you, the employer has given you something. Children education. So normally this is given for maximum of 2 children. 2 बच्चों के लिए आपको मिलता है. Medical allowance, professional development allowance, special allowance, transport allowance and conveyance allowance. ठीक है. तो अभी हम करेंगे बस, क्योंकि आपकी क्लास होने वाली है शुरू 6:30 पे. Thank you all.